All right, hello. So today, let's get this out of the way. Whoa. We're going to do 2-point perspective. So, given that information, what do you think is the number one thing that we need to do? Question mark. All right, and if you said we need to put in our horizon line, which is a horizontal line, you would be correct. Okay, now we have this beautiful horizon line. What is our next step? And remember, this is 2-point perspective. So we're going to put 2 vanishing points in, and we're going to spread them kind of far apart, because once they're kind of close, it gets hard. Can you see those? Maybe I need to do those with like a little bit of a marker. Will that help? Here's one. Here's the other. There we go. We can see that better. Okay, so we have these 2 points. Now in 1-point perspective, we started with a box. However, we only had 1 point. In 2-point perspective, we have 2 points. So if you think of this as like a math question or a math equation, for 1 point you have 1 point plus a box equals, I don't know, perspective. So if we have 2 points to equal perspective, we don't have to have as much information, so we're only going to have 1 line. Okay? I don't know, maybe that helps, maybe that doesn't. So I'm going to start with a vertical line, because if I did a horizontal line, it would be the same as the horizon line, and we don't want that. So we have our vertical line. Now, we are going to need to somehow connect this vertical line to these 2 points. So what are your thoughts? How can we do that? Now, what I would say is let's take and line up our ruler with 1 point and match it up with the bottom of our line. And here we start to have something that is going to get us some information. Let me darken that up. So now we have this. Looks a little strange, but I see now I have the top of the line. So now I can go down. I'm going to come over here, and I'm going to do the same exact thing to the other side. So matching top and bottom of the vertical line to the vanishing points. So now we have this box that's going on and on forever in 2 directions. Again, this is not something that I can accept at my doorstop with shoes in it because it won't fit. So I have to end it. So remember how we were talking about parallel lines last time? Here I have a vertical line. What might my next step be? Question mark. Okay. If you said to line this up here and slide it over to make a line that is parallel with our vertical line, you are one smart cookie. And I'm going to do the same thing on the other side. I'm going to make this like a boot box, so it's going to be a little longer over here because, you know, everyone likes to get some nice shoes. Okay, so now we have this box, and it's ended on 2 sides, but it has no bottom. So there is only one way to do this, but a lot of times people get mixed up in what they can do. And they think that they can, like, connect these 2. But I ask you, if we were to connect these 2, let me see if I can grab something. If we were to connect these 2, would we have...
Brian Reed, console extension 401.
Would we have a wedge of cheese, yum, 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 or a box? If you said wedge of cheese, you would be correct. So we do not want to just go ahead and connect these two. That is not what we want. So our other option is take the bottom of our vertical side and draw it to our vanishing point. Ooh, now let's do the same thing on the other side. We're doing like a little crisscross applesauce. And then we get the bottom. So this area is the bottom of my box. Here it is. So the other, that space doesn't matter, this space doesn't matter, this space doesn't matter. This is the bottom, this is my side, and we can say that this is the other side or the front. Okay, so there is a box in perspective, in 2-point perspective. Let's do one more, and let's bring it pretty close. Let's make it a little one and bring it close. It's about the same size. Okay, and we brought it closer to the vanishing point. What is my next step? What is my next step? Yes. All right. Hang on. I paused it. It's up to you. When are you going to finish it? If you don't mind me talking to myself and you're extremely quiet, you can stay here.
No, she can stay in here.
It's okay. She's fine. I trust her. She's just going to listen to me talk to myself and be ridiculous. She can't laugh at my jokes.
I think Olivia loves it.
I only have one on YouTube right now. 4:15, I have to be out there, yeah. But I will be adding these to YouTube, and you can be like, oh my god, she's so silly. I make jokes about how the boxes go on and on forever, and they won't fit in the back of the UPS truck. Very, stand-up comedian material. Okay, so I wanted you to guess what our next step was, and we had done it before. So if you said, and even did, take the bottom of this line and draw it to the vanishing point, and the top going again to that vanishing point, and get something, oops, you can't see that. Oh, there go my pencils. All right, so we took the bottom to the vanishing point, and we are taking the top to the vanishing point. And again, we're going to do it on the opposite side because we have 2-point perspective, and we need to have a right and left side to our box. Now notice that the angle here is not as small as it was up here, okay? So this is getting closer to 180 because we've brought it closer to our horizon line. And like I said,
Ryan Reeves, please come to the high school office.
all right, like I said, we are making a small box. So I'm going to come over here, and these lines are parallel to my first guy. So here I have one side, the other side, and we need to do our crisscross applesauce to the other side. I'm going to take that guy, line it up. Oh, it's hard to see. Okay, if you can see, this is very, very small. We're going to come over here, same thing. So the closer we get to the horizon line, the less of the top of the box we're going to see. So right here, this whole section is the top of the box, ridiculously small. So if you want it to look more like this guy, you're going to have to bring it lower and further away from the horizon line. Okay, so that was 2-point perspective. Remember, we start with 2 lines. 2 points, 2 vanishing points, so we only need 1 line. And that is going to equal our 2-point perspective, and then we're going to crisscross them. Okie dokie. We'll do this again later.